What's up guys? So today I want to talk about some apps and tools that every filmmaker should have. Now, most of these apps are only going to be available on an iPhone. Unfortunately, if you're an Android user like myself, this is the reason why I still carry this guy in my back pocket, because these apps and tools are fantastic and I think they're gonna help you guys a lot. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So the first application that I want to talk about is one called CAD-Rage. It's actually my favorite app whenever you're looking to do any previs or location scouting. So the way it works is actually really simple. You select the camera that you're going to be filming your movie. In my case, I've already pre-selected the Canon C500 Mark II. There's a plethora of cameras in here, so most likely they will have your camera. And then once you select the camera that you have, then you can select the resolution or the shooting mode that you're gonna be using. So in my case, I'm gonna be shooting it in 6K full frame. The C500 Mark II also can record in Super 35, so they also have that option. Once you do that, you can select the different aspect ratios, you can select frame lines, and the type of lenses that you're gonna be using. So in my case, I'm gonna be using Canon L prime lenses. So here there's a list of different lenses. Arri, you have Canon, I mean, there's a whole bunch, but I'm using the L series prime lenses. Then you get to select the type of lenses that you own or you're gonna be renting. So in my case, I have the 24, 35, 50, and 85 millimeter. I'm gonna go ahead and hit done. You can also select if you're using a lens adapter and it will change the focal range for you. Once you push on done, now you can see a visualization of the different focal ranges from the lenses that you're gonna be using on your specific camera that you've selected. For example, it's showing me here 24, 35, 50, 85 millimeter because those are the lenses that I selected. Now I have 35 selected here. If I double tap, it will show me now what a 35 millimeter lens will look like if I'm filming right here with the Canon C500 Mark II, which is great because now that means I don't have to bring my camera over here. Now, if I push on this button down here, now it's giving me a 50 millimeter focal range. I can go ahead and push that again. 85. So if this is the look that I'm looking for right here, I can just easily record a video, take a picture. So in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and just snap a quick picture. Actually, that was a really bad picture. Do another one right here. There we go. And now it's saved into an archive with a bunch of details of this specific shot. For example, it's giving me the time, the location, it's telling me what camera I'm using, the lens, and it's telling me here that I am in Pomona, and all of the information that I would need. But one thing I really like is that I can also export a PDF shot list. So if I need to give this to my director, if I need to give this to my team, this is a really fast and easy way to do this. You can also apply a look to your photos and videos, and you can also import your own LUTs, which I think is awesome. Now, this is a paid application, and it is on the pricier side, but I definitely think it's worth the price of admission. So the next application I want to talk about is probably one that you've heard of, and it's called Sunseeker, which is actually great for planning outdoor shooting like we're doing right now, because it basically gives you real-time data of where the sun's position is. And you actually see it in a really cool format in AR, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and select 3D view here. And as you can see, the sun is just about to peek over this building. So we purposely set this up right now. And at about 3 o'clock, I would be overexposed. So this is actually perfect planning on our part. And the best thing about this too is that you can also select, for example, if we're gonna be filming here maybe 3 months down the line, let's say our film is going to be filmed in June or July, I can see where the sun is going to be in June and July right around this time. So this is perfect for planning. Another thing that I like too is if I go to map view, it shows me my location, the building, and it also shows me the position of the sun basically throughout the day. It's very easy to use and it's great for planning outdoor shooting. Another way I use Sunseeker is to find out when those magic hours are going to be. In other words, blue hour and also golden hour, which is perfect for planning any filming or even photography around that time. Now, this is also a paid application, but I definitely think it's worth having, and it's also available on Android. Now, the next thing I want to talk about isn't actually an application. This is from our video sponsor, Polarpro. This is the Light Chaser Pro, and it's for the iPhone 12 Pro. And I've been using it now for a couple of weeks, and I've been loving it. Not only does it protect your phone because it is a case, but you can also attach different accessories. For example, this is the Polarpro VND. It's a variable ND filter. So if you're like me that always likes to shoot at the correct shutter speed, this is going to help out tremendously. And obviously the fact that you can adjust it really really easily is awesome. But not only that, you can also adapt different filters. For example, my favorite one being the mist filter, because I really hate how sharp the image comes from an iPhone. So what the mist filter is gonna do is cut that digital sharpening, but also give you that beautiful halation that you normally get on a film type camera. Now, all these filters come with a cover and also a carrying case to make it very easy to put in your pocket. Now, one of my other favorite accessories that they offer is the grip. The case itself has different grooves up above and below to allow you to attach this grip anywhere you want, and it makes it so easy because now it's so much more comfortable to hold and film whenever you're trying to do something. And it also comes with a 1/4-20 mount up above and also down below, and you can attach other accessories like their Bluetooth shutter release button, which makes it so much easier to not only push record or also take a picture. So if you guys want to learn more about the Light Chaser Pro and all of the different accessories that I talked about, make sure to check out the link down below. Oh yeah, they're also MagSafe compatible, which I think is really dope. So for this next application, I've actually talked about it in the past, but I still think it's worth mentioning, and that's Light Spectrum Pro. And it does one thing well, and that's basically tell you the white balance in your particular environment. So right now it's obviously daylight, telling me 5200 Kelvin is pretty much where we're at, which is actually perfect because this is going to be very useful, especially if you're ever filming in mixed lighting conditions. So there's times where you have tungsten, daylight, I mean, there's just a bunch of different lights and you don't know what your white balance is, especially if you're not filming in RAW. This has saved me in a pinch. There's also other information that you can see, like for example, temperature and tint, wavelength stuff. I mean, it goes really in depth, but what I mainly use it for is white balance, which I think it does a really good job. I've tested it with other light meters and it's pretty damn accurate. This can save you in a pinch, like I said, especially if you're not filming in RAW. Definitely worth having as an application that you use whenever you're filming. Now, the next app that I want to talk about is one called Cameras Plus Formats, and it gives you basically all the information that you would need to know about any camera that literally exists out there. For example, the FX3 just came out a couple of weeks ago, and for example, if I go here and I look for Sony, the FX3 is going to be there. So I can find out the dynamic range of every camera. I can find out what the best or native ISOs are from every camera. I can find out the media type it takes. I can find out how much the battery will last. Like, this gives you everything that you would need. So for example, right here, it tells me it weighs 1.4 pounds, what the cost is, if I need any support. I mean, all of this information is here, 15 stops of dynamic range, when it was released. If I select format, it tells me the type of recording formats that I can record on this camera. So here's the list, and I can even go to storage, and it tells me, for example, if I'm gonna be shooting, let's say a wedding, and I know that I'm gonna be recording maybe about 4 hours, I know that I'm gonna need at least a 512 gig card to be safe. That's 4 hours recording in this format of 23.98 in 4K. I can also find out how long this is going to take to transfer to a media or to my hard drive. I can find out how much power it's going to drain if I'm using a V-mount or even the internal. I can also see the compatibility with different software. Like there's, for example, the Blackmagic is not compatible with Final Cut Pro 10. So this tells me that the Sony FX3 is compatible with all of these, including if it's even Netflix approved, which I find it interesting. You can also do a side-by-side comparison between two cameras, figure out what type of media they both take, the format. It's actually very useful, especially if you're looking to get a B camera. Now, this is a paid application, but they offer two ways that you can access this data. One of them is through a monthly subscription, or you can just pay a one-time fee, get all the information, and also get any future updates, which I think is probably the better way. So these are my top filmmaking apps and also accessories that I recommend to you guys. If you guys recommend any of them, let me know in the comment section down below. If you have any of your favorite, I would like to know. If you guys like these videos, give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe so you guys don't miss out on the next video, and also turn on notifications. My name is Armando. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.